insult as time.
Following contest is a singles match scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Ohio Heritage Championship. Introducing first, the challenger.
Talking about it, Drew. Will revenge be a dish best served by Chuck the Truck Morris here tonight?
Well, with everything that's gone on, Natalie accompanying Chuck to the ring, is it wise for her to be out here?
You keep saying that like Natalie May is not a former OCW Women's Champion.
But she's taken boots to the face twice in 2022, getting kicked by Matthew Taylor at Polino Mania and getting kicked by Chuck at DBI.
You better hope Natalie doesn't hear this broadcast.
Derek Dillinger shocking the OCW world, winning that Ohio Heritage Championship back at the DBI in that triple threat match.
Look, I had a run-in with Derek Dillinger earlier today that I'm not terribly thrilled about. I was talking with Natalie May in an interview that was taped for OCW Flashpoint, and of course, Derek Dillinger had to walk into the room when we were having that discussion. There is no low to which he will not stoop. Derek Dillinger doesn't care about anything except himself. He is a selfish piece of garbage. And what he has done, he is going to pay for. He is going to pay for in hell.
Come on, back in. Go up the steps. Get back in the ring.
And now he's directing again.
Well, he is the director, Paulie.
We have a producer.
This is a championship, so I deserve a championship intro. Go.
Runs here with gusto from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 270 pounds. He is the Neon Tarantino. He is the Ace Degenerate, the director of the production, your Ohio Heritage Champion,
Best wrestler here.
Derek Dillinger.
How full of yourself do you have to be to request 2 ring introductions?
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Pittsburgh's the greatest city in the world. We all know that's not the case. But there are a lot of nice people in Pittsburgh. Dillinger is not one of them.
You better hope he doesn't hear you say that. With the mean streak that Dillinger has,
I don't have to
you
worry
really
about
want him over here?
Dillinger is going to burn in hell for all of the things that he's done in his life to get to this point. This man has no scruples, no moral compass, and doesn't care about anybody but himself. You think he cares what I'm saying about him? He probably revels in it. He enjoys hearing people talk crap about him.
And we are underway for the OCW Ohio Heritage Championship.
The thing with Derek Dillinger, I want to go back to this quote from a couple weeks ago on social media. He said about Chuck the Truck Morris, quote, "I'm going to leave you on the cutting room floor," end quote. This is a man who does not care who he hurts, as long as it benefits him. How can you support that?
You do what you got to do to win championships, and obviously it's working because Dillinger is the Heritage Champion.
Into the corner there on that tie-up, and of course, Papa Smurf going to be in there all night long, making sure that the rules of the ring are followed. God willing, it does tend to be tough some days for the senior official. And with Dillinger being Dillinger, Chuck being in the frame of mind he's in, this is going to be tough to keep it right down the middle. Somebody's going to snap.
Yeah, I'm the strongest guy here. Yeah.
Headlock by Dillinger, keeping it basic. This is a different strategy than what I expected.
I think Dillinger's trying to let Chuck's temper get the better of him here. It's been well documented. Chuck has a bad temper.
What in the world? Oh, man, the truck runneth over. What a shot. Nobody home, but planted face first goes Dillinger. Chuck has the advantage. My God. What a leg drop for the championship. We can have a new championship? No. Just a 1 count there on Dillinger. What does that say about the tenacity of Derek Dillinger?
Dillinger's always been double tough. I mean, go back to that steel cage match that he had with Ron Mathis
1 year ago. Right now, Chuck the Truck mounted to that second rope. Count along at home as the OCW faithful do here in the arena tonight. We're here from Chaparral's Event Center. Beautiful belly to belly. This is the 4th anniversary of Ohio Championship Wrestling here at Chaparral's, and we thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Big clothesline. Could it be enough? He cut him down. 1, 2, he's got
a 2 count only.
And Dillinger to the outside. Oh, wait a minute. Is it by happenstance that he happens to be coming towards Natalie May? No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, geez, come on, you piece of garbage.
That was smart of Dillinger. That just created an opening for him to attack.
This sick psychopath just used Natalie May.
Did you hear the thud on that chop?
Oh, God. Maybe I should have answered my own question there. Of course it wasn't happenstance. Chops the post. That's going to leave a mark.
Yeah, but immediately chopping the throat of Chuck.
There is nothing that Dillinger does that is accidental. Everything is deliberate.
Man mode, right?
Even if it's just to fire up the truck. Oh my God, that caved in my chest. Holy, look at the anguish on the face of Chuck the Truck Morris here, the challenger, which is also very different to say. It's very uncomfortable to come out of your mouth, you know?
Dillinger into the cover.
Does he have? No. 2 count only, says Papa Smurf.
Let's turn around.
This is just so sick the way Derek Dillinger's mind works. Calls himself the director of the production, the Neon Tarantino.
He said no. He said no.
Have you seen a Tarantino film? That is not pretty.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Dillinger's going to want to get a close-up of this.
Oh, I'm sure our ringside cameraman is getting a good, hard look at this one. Oh, by the hair of the head, come on!
Running senton!
Big senton from Dillinger.
My God! He's crushed the sternum of Chuck the Truck Morris.
This is not Cleveland.
First those knife-edge chops, then the entire weight of his body across the chest. But you're never going to hear somebody like Chuck the Truck say quit or die trying. Oh! That is not getting any better. Both of these men are a little bit sadistic. Now just exchanging blows like it's a hockey fight. Chuck used the ropes for momentum. Dillinger does the same. Just pinballing each other across the ring. Getting home. Oh, God!
Both
Horrific.
men thinking the same thing with a clothesline on that one.
A horrific collision in the center of the ring took down Dillinger and the Truck. Got both men down, center of the ring. Who can get to their feet first? The OCW faithful clearly rallying the challenger. And it's Chuck the Truck Morris to his feet. Big clothesline! And the back elbow sends Dillinger to the mat. Oh, there's that boot you were talking about earlier. Oh, there it is! The head-on collision cover. He's got the championship. Oh, my God!
2 count only.
How many matches and championship defenses have been won with that head-on collision?
But I've said it before, I'll say it again. Dillinger double tough.
Oh, Dillinger wide and wait. Only to get splashed in the other corner. Morris, oh, right into the top. The snake eyes style maneuver. Oh, man, high impact in the lower neck region. Cover, 2, no.
2 count only.
Can you imagine how jarring that is on the spine?
Oh, absolutely. You're hitting the bottom of your spine. That's just sending a shock wave right up through your neck.
Chuck calling for perhaps another big clothesline. Those clotheslines have been effective thus far. Running over, no. Wait a minute. Looks like a cravat there. It's a very nice cravat. And a headbutt.
Wrenching that in deep.
Oh man, face breaker connects.
Into the cover.
That we've got no. Heart and guts. That is Chuck the Truck Morris. He will not stop. Went for the sunset flip. Couldn't quite get it. Chuck. Oh! Big powerbomb. Cover. He's got the championship. Yes, no.
2 count only, says Papa Smurf.
I don't know how that wasn't 3, Drew. But now Chuck the Truck feeding off that energy that only the OCW faithful can provide. I don't know how much of that boot, but he did get a shot into the midsection. Oh my God, no, no, no!
Package pile driver!
God, no, the pile driver! Oh, wait a minute. Dillinger just ripped out the... Oh, Natalie May! What are you doing, Natalie? I understand wanting to get payback here, but come on.
What the hell?
Well, that should have been a disqualification right there. Natalie
Oh, wait a minute, we got to roll up. 1, 2, 3, we've got a new champion. Come on, come on. There we go, finally, no, come on. A miscommunication may have just cost Chuck the Truck Morris the Ohio Heritage Championship. Oh, God, from behind.
What a shot from Dillinger.
It's not going to end this way, no.
The winner of the match, and still Ohio Heritage Champion, Dillinger.
Dillinger lowered the boom with that forearm and yelled, "Cut!" And unfortunately, it wasn't the temper of Chuck the Truck Morris that got the better of anybody tonight. It was perhaps the temper of Natalie May.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the professional Brandon Fields, and right next to me is Pat the Bruiser and Crosshairs Kelly.
Crosshairs! OCW! We are back! Absolutely. And tonight, we're going to take on James the Baker Hickey and the winners.
Losers for my mind.
Jimmy and Robby, I hope you're ready. You may stick up for the Baker, you may stick up for OCW, but you put your nose in the Hahntourage's
We're
business.
taking both on.
Fields, I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know.
We're going to turn those winners into big old losers.
The following contest is a trios match scheduled for one fall.
6-man tag team action here. This is going to be an interesting, one of the things that has been a calling card of this night is setting yourself up for the future in 2023. We've talked about the My Year Fatal 4-Way still to come tonight. Who can put themselves into the winner's circle first in 2023? The Hahntourage or the Baker and the winners?
The Hahntourage making their way out to the ring.
Did you receive a Christmas card from Nick Hahn?
Yeah, I did.
Of course you did. The Hahntourage sans Nick Hahn again. Where has Nick been?
I'm not at liberty to say, but I'm sure he's taking care of business, Paulie.
Well, let me point out something kind of interesting. I was digging through the numbers. Do you know what the win percentage was for Nick Hahn at ringside?
What was that, Paulie?
Under 500. Not even at 500. Nick Hahn is a detriment to the Hahntourage.
I wouldn't say that, Paulie. You're on this new year, new me. This could be quite a big year for the Hahntourage in 2023.
The numbers don't back that up. Here they come, sweet victory. And it's time to put on your boogie shoes for the first time in 2023. That's the kind of energy that you need to win matches. Listen to the OCW faithful. They are firmly behind James the Baker Hickey. They're firmly behind the winners, Robby Starr, Jimmy Shane, two of the greatest OCW champions of all time. I'm just looking forward to a great match and curiosity more than anything. Can the Hahntourage pick up the dub without me?
He's got a weapon.
It doesn't matter if Agent Nick Hahn is here or not. They have their orders, I'm sure. And on a side note, this is going to be the first time that Warhorse have officially teamed in OCW since November of 2021, when that edict was handed down from General Manager Glenn Lane saying they could not team together as long as Lord Thomas the Brute and the Guiding Light Matthew Taylor were the tag team champions.
Yeah, I did not agree with that edict. That is a personal thing. I think Warhorse is one of the greatest tag teams in history. You could argue that they are the greatest tag team in the history of OCW. They are the longest reigning OCW tag team champions in history. But that also puts a target on your back, because a win over that team is going to catapult any tag team to the front of the line for the OCW Tag Team Championship. And the OCW Tag Team Championship is going to be on the line later tonight. Gino DiCapo and Asher Knox challenging DD Trash. And we're looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to this as the bell goes, and we are underway in this six-man tag team matchup. For Baker, it's all about that stab in the back. You talked about family having blow-ups. Yeah, that's a thing, but not to the degree that Pat turned his back on his brother. Where do you go from there if you're James the Baker Hickey?
You almost have to find it within yourself to just be your own man.
The disrespect in the corner by Crosshairs Kelly. Crosshairs Kelly has become a whole different person since joining up with the Hahntourage. There was so much respect in that locker room for Crosshairs Kelly and Pat the Bruiser, and now flushed it all down the toilet for the Hahntourage. Oh, man. Just stomping the fingers.
Yeah, Crosshairs, since joining the Hahntourage, has had this ferocious streak about it.
Nice shot there by the Baker. Firing back. Trying to get some momentum here. Whose year will it be? The Baker says it's going to be my year. Is he playing patty cake? I'm pretty sure James the Baker Hickey just played patty cake on his chest.
Tagging in Jimmy Shane.
And the former multiple-time OCW heavyweight champion with a shot to the ribs. Jimmy Shane. You know that a tag team matchup, just a straight up tag team matchup between the winners and Warhorse, that would be epic. But to have them as well as Brandon Fields and James the Baker Hickey in this 6-man tag, what a treat this is. A sweet treat.
You couldn't resist, could you?
Not at all. Oh, and neither could Crosshairs Kelly. Takes advantage and takes control. Just mocking. Tag, and in comes Brandon Fields. Fields is just, he's been that constant in the Hahntourage. Truly the professional.
100%. And Agent Nick Hunt has promised that the professional Brandon Fields will hold OCW gold in 2023.
It's going to be hard to deny if Brandon Fields can get the victory here tonight in this 6-man tag team match. Oh, nice headlock there by Jimmy Shane. And a noogie!
Is that really necessary?
I think so. Tag, and in comes the show Robby Starr. Going to the second rope. Big axe handle smash by the show. Robby Starr picks up that headlock right where Jimmy Shane left it off. But able to turn it into a headlock of his own, off the ropes, and barrels through with that shoulder block. Fields on. Oh man, beautiful hip toss cover. 2 and no.
2 count only.
May have been more of an arm toss than a hip toss, I would say. Tag, in comes the Baker. And a rolling pin elbow. Right to the shoulder blade. That could affect that lariat, that ripcord lariat that Brandon Fields likes to employ. Big splash in the corner. Baker in firm control here. Picks up a suplex cover here. He's got 1, 2.
Crosshairs right there to break it up, though.
Crosshairs Kelly may have just short-circuited that big victory. Sweet victory, as we're calling it tonight.
As you're calling it.
I checked with Jimmy and Robby and James the Baker Hickey. They all like Sweet Victory. It's a really cool name. Tag, in comes Pat the Bruiser, and this. It's just horrible to see, and Crosshairs Kelly has to take a shot himself. Family should always look out for one another. Not put a boot to the side of his head. The emotions going through the mind right now of James the Baker Hickey.
Nobody said family don't break up.
Good families don't. That's just, what is the point of that? You're not going to win the match with that.
You got to wear your opponent down there, Paulie.
He's punishing his brother. He's punishing his family. The shots underneath. The Baker firing back on his brother.
Oh! Got run over by Pat the Bruiser.
Oh, I thought he was going for a cover, so did the referee. Instead, he's just pounding away. Those shots to the top of the head.
Hey, come on, off the clock, too.
Dragging the Baker. Just, there was no life left in him. Pin him. It almost sounds like the Hahntourage is trying to send a statement tonight. A message to the entire locker room that this really is going to be their year. Fields in now. Did not see a tag made. I'm pretty sure there wasn't one.
There was one. You paying attention?
It's the Hahntourage. You can assume they didn't.
Well, you know what they say about people who assume.
Cover off the back suplex. 1 count only. Goes for it again. He's got 2 this time, but not 3. And perhaps a little bit of frustration showing on Brandon Fields here. Goes for the cover a 3rd time, 2 count only.
But that's smart of Fields. Let Baker kick out and use his energy up, but Fields staying right on it.
Oh, shot there. Forearm to the side of the head. Tag, in comes... Looked like Crosshairs Kelly did make the tag. He did make the tag, and in comes Crosshairs from behind.
Right to the back of the head.
Just a disgusting boot to the back. Baker couldn't even brace for it. He didn't see it coming. And now Crosshairs Kelly. Those chops echoing around chaparrals. Oh my God. Nobody's denying the incredible skill of Crosshairs Kelly or Pat the Bruiser. They are tremendous athletes. But this is unnecessary. They are putting a hurting, oh God, the face wash on James the Baker Hickey. And why? Because he's the brother of Pat the Bruiser? Oh, come on! Why would you do this to family? Cover! 1, 2, and I think Robby Starr just knocked out the referee. What the hell?
Well, that should be a disqualification. You can't touch the officials here in
I think
OCW.
the tension is boiling over on the winners. They're sick of seeing this family affair fall apart. Tag, in comes Brandon Fields. A shot underneath. That boot buried into the ribs.
You thought we were done? We're just getting started.
And Baker really hasn't been able to get to the corner for most of this matchup here. I don't think...
Well, he just got to a corner there.
I don't even think Robby Starr's been in the match for more than a minute and a half. He needs to get to the corner. Does James the Baker Hickey? He needs to get that fresh man in. Because right now, it is not looking good for this team of Sweet Victory. And another shot to the midsection. My God, how much more can he take? Our referee checking in on the Baker, asking, do you give up? Oh, nobody home there. And the Baker, beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Both men down. Who can make that tag first? Listen to the OCW faithful tag made. Here comes Jimmy Shane.
In comes Crosshairs Kelly.
I don't think Crosshairs made the tag. But Jimmy Shane just firing away. Those shameless punches.
And now Robby in the ring.
It's broken down into melee chaos. A Pier 6 brawl, if you will. Oh, man! A meeting of the minds, a malfunction at the junction there for Warhorse. Brandon Fields in trouble, 2-on-1 by the winners. Beautiful jawbreaker there by Robby Starr. Off the second with that axe. Looked like the point of the elbow. Cover 2. Got no, man.
Crosshairs right there to break it up, though.
You have to agree with me on this one, Drew. If not for Crosshairs Kelly, this match would have been over.
I don't have to agree with anything.
Oh, big boot in the corner by Crosshairs. Oh my God!
Just planted Jimmy Shane.
How the hell did Crosshairs do that? Cover here on Jimmy Shane. No! What a statement win that would be for the Hahntourage to pin or submit Jimmy Shane. Arguably the face of OCW. He calls himself Mr. OCW.
Tag made to Crosshairs.
Oh, wait a minute now. Robby Starr just yanked down Pat the Bruiser. Oh,
but he's going to eat the ring post first. Trouble.
Cookie cutter connects. Baker out of nowhere with the cookie cutter. Cover by Jimmy Shane. It's, oh my God, no.
That just shows the tenacity of Crosshairs Kelly right there.
Tag, in comes the Baker. Can James the Baker Hickey put away the Hahntourage? Put away Crosshairs Kelly. Little bit of rolling. Oh,
what
man.
a shot from Fields.
What a boot. Thought we were going to see the worm. Instead, we saw Brandon Fields. Spear connects by Jimmy Shane. Oh, but Pat the Bruiser just decapitated Jimmy Shane. My God, what a clothesline. Tag.
Pat the Bruiser, the legal man.
Warhorse, a fine-tuned vehicle. A machine of destruction.
Cross toss!
Cover on the Baker, and it's over.
The winner of the match, the Hahntourage.
Hahntourage sending a message here in 2023.
And how poetic is it that it was Pat the Bruiser who scored the pinfall on his own flesh and blood. The Hahntourage is standing over the fallen James the Baker Hickey. That's disgusting.